Hello students, good morning to all. In today's session, I would like to discuss the summary of a poem entitled As I Grew Older by Langston Hughes. Before going into the summary of this poem, let me go through the introduction of poet. Look at here. Langston Hughes was a famous African-American poet, social activist, novelist and playwright, and was recognized as an important literary figure who lived during the time of worldwide racial oppression and discrimination against the blacks. Look at here. He was a famous African American poet, social activist, novelist and playwright. And even he used to have good recognition in his literary work. He lived during the time of racial discrimination in his society against the blacks and whites. So actually, what is that? He lived in the society where there were a racial discrimination among blacks and whites. He was involved in the civil rights movement and also wrote protest poetry. He believed that poetry and art can bring out about changes and equality in a society. So what he thought, what he believed, that poetry and art can change the mindset, can bring out the changes in the mindset of people in a society, because he lived in racial discrimination society against the blacks. So he believed in that way. Coming to the next. He was also a part of Harlem Renaissance as one of the first poets to promote African American culture, such as the jazz music, known for its free flow and expression. What is Renaissance? It's a rebirth. Coming to the next. He was very much concerned about creating the African American poetry as an independent genre in the world of literature. Look at here, concerned about creating the African American poetry as an independent genre in the world of literature. So this is about introduction of poet Langston Hughes. Now coming to the actual summary of the poem, about the story. First go through this topic. As I Grew Older is a poem about the dreams that the poet was unable to achieve because of racial subjection and discrimination. So actually what was a poem? Here the poet had dream, but he could not able to achieve his dreams because of racial discrimination in the society. The poet in his childhood had dreams, but as time passed and he grew up, he was subjected to racial prejudice and oppression. So what is that? Suppression. So when he was in his childhood, he had dreams, but as time passed, he grew up because of the racial discrimination in the society. He could not able to achieve his dreams. Now coming to the summary of the poem. Coming to the summary, Langston Hughes, as I grew older, begins about a dream that the poet had long time ago. So long time ago, what is that? When he was in childhood, he had a dream. So here in the poem, he was saying about his dream, his past dream. The poet says his dreams, bright as the sun, was right in front of him until a wall rose between him and his dream. So in the poem stanzas, what he was saying that he compared his dream. Look at here. His dreams. He compared his dreams as the sun, as bright as the sun. His dreams are as bright as the sun, and was right in front of him until a wall. So what is the wall here? Racial discrimination. So it was whatever his dreams were there in front of him until whatever that racial discrimination rose between him and his dreams. So because of the racial discrimination in the society, whatever his dreams, here he compared as bright as the sun. So it was everything was right in front of him until a wall rose between him and his dreams. So because now wall was constructed. Now he was grown up. But when he was in childhood, he had a dream. Look at here. See this point. It's clearly, it is going to understand. The poet is an old man now. Right now, he is an old man. He is thinking about his dream, which he dreamt a long time ago. He thinks he has almost forgotten his dream. He remembers that his dreams was not fulfilled as a strong barrier was created by his fellow white people who will not let his dream come true. Yes, what is that barrier? So here barrier and here wall, both are same. What is that? It's a racial discrimination among blacks and whites. So because of that strong barrier, so his dreams was not fulfilled. He could not able to achieve his dreams. Because of this wall, because of this barrier. Yes, got it? It's clear? Now, coming to the next. The wall seems to grow forever and ever, and it has become so taller that it rose until it touched the sky. Now the wall was constructed like anything, it touched the sky. So, right now, he is an old man. When he was writing this poem, the poet is an old man. The dream, which was as bright as the sun, has now turned dark. So, when he was in childhood, he compared his dreams as bright as the sun. But now he is an old man. So, here his dreams, he compared his dreams, now turned dark. The wall has become a long dark shadow and has been blocking his dream. The dream being replaced by a shadow. The poet has become black. The poet lies down beside the shadow, which means he feels defeated and helpless. Right now he feels defeated and helpless because of the barrier. Yes, which was constructed like anything, it touched the sky. It rose until it touched the sky. Look at here, the wall was constructed because of the racial discrimination. So he feels defeated and helpless. He finds that his dream is no longer above him, and so he feels vanquished. What is that? To defeat in a conflict. Instead of his dreams, he finds the thick wall and the shadow above him. So when he was in childhood, what was above him? His dreams. But right now, his dreams is no longer above him. Okay? Now only he finds the thick wall and the shadow above him. So whatever the dream which was above him, it was in his childhood. But right now he is an old man. So now his dreams, he finds, instead of his dreams, he finds the thick wall and the shadow above him. So what is that? It's very easy. What is that? It's a racial discrimination. Yes. Next, coming to the next. A plausible interpretation can be that the dream of freedom and independence is no longer real for the blacks, and it has been overshadowed by the wall created by the fellow white people. Look at here. Whatever he was saying, that the dream of freedom and independence, look at here, is no longer real for the blacks. So as he was black, so he don't have any freedom or independence to fulfill his dreams. Okay? Because the world was created by his fellow white people. Is it clear? Now coming to the next point. Dark hands refers to the poet's own hands. The color of his skin, who will be able to break through the wall and find his dream. Look at here, in the poem, he used dark hands. What is the dark hand? It refers to the poet's own hands. Yes, the color of his skin. So with these hands, dark hands, so with his hands, he would like to break that wall. What is that wall? Racial wall. And he would like to find his dream. Yes, got it? Now coming to the next point. The poet wants to break the wall and shatter the darkness. Yes, he wants to shatter the darkness that is keeping him from attaining his dream. Now coming to the next point. He wants to break the shadow into 1,000 lights of sun and thousands of whirling dreams. Whirling dreams. Here are silent. What is the meaning of that? To move in a circle. What is here? Look at here. He wants to break the wall. Whatever the wall? Racial discrimination wall. He wants to break the shadow into thousands lights of sun. Yes, got it? And thousands of whirling dreams. Okay. Now coming to the just now I completed introduction of poet, about the poem. Next, summary. Right now, analysis. Right now, I am at analysis. Look at here. The poem is in negative effects of racism, prejudice and discrimination. So what is that? Prejudice, discrimination and racism. So in the society, there was a negative effect. Racial discrimination in the society between blacks and whites. Yes. It's a comment on any form of racial oppression where one is unable to achieve their dream, whether it is because of age, gender, nationality or religion. Yes. What is there here? What he was saying that where one is unable to, because of the society, whatever the discrimination, whether it is because of age discrimination or gender, male and female, nationality or religion. So all these, whatever the discrimination that are making whatever the blacks so unable to achieve whatever the society, the people, they are unable to achieve their dreams because of this discrimination. Those people who have talent, even though they have talent, they are unable to achieve their dreams because of the society's discrimination. Whatever the discrimination here, I mentioned age, gender, nationality, or religion. So, look at here. So, in this poem, actually, whatever the poet was trying to say that, so though so many people, though they have so many of dreams and lots of intelligence, even though they are unable to achieve their dreams because of the society racial discrimination, whatever may be the discrimination, whether it may be because of age, gender, nationality, or religion, but here they are unable to achieve their dreams. The poet puts up a message that we should believe in ourselves and stand up against the unjust society. What he was saying to us, yes, whatever the society, let it be, whatever it be, but we should be very strong. We should be very brave. Believe in ourselves. One should believe in. Look at here. We should believe in ourselves. Everyone has to believe in themselves and stand up against the unjust society, whatever this society, yes, has to stand up against the society and rise above any sort of discrimination, whatever the discrimination. Okay, is it clear? Now, coming to the imagery of this poem. What is the meaning of this? Visual, descriptive, or figurative language, especially in literary work. So look at here. Light. Here light symbolizes dreams, hopes, optimism, goodness. Possibilities, awareness. Yes, got it? Now coming to the darkness, what is that? Prejudice, discrimination, hatred, ignorance, racism, evils. So, they are the meanings. He compared darkness with this. Prejudice, discrimination, hatred, ignorance, racism, evil. So, that is darkness. Okay. Now coming to dark hands, symbolizes the color of poet's skin. The poet is black and he himself makes reference to his dark hands in the poem. Now coming to the next line, the speaker believes that he can break through the barrier of being born with a darker skin tone in a white society. Look at here. What was the barrier? Racial discrimination. He can break. What? He believes that he can break that barrier in a society. I am black and my dark hands are examples of blunt truthfulness used by the poet in his poem. The height of the wall, here the wall, the height of the wall has been exaggerated to stress the vastness of the hindrance that was confronting the black people during the days of racial oppression in America. So look at here, the wall. What is that? It's a barrier, racial discrimination, hindrance to achieve their dreams. Now coming to metaphor of the poem. Look at here. The wall has been used as a metaphor here. Now coming to the next. The wall is presented as an obstacle to the poet's dream. So here what is that wall? Racial discrimination. What is that? Is presented as an obstacle to the poet's dream in the poem. The obstacle, what is that obstacle? Racism and discrimination against blacks and whites. The poet feels defeated, but at the same time, he's not going to give up his dreams. Yes, is it clear? He feels defeated, helpless because of this racial discrimination, whatever the discrimination among blacks and whites, even though he's not going to give up his dream. What he was saying that stand up against this racial discrimination. His dark hands will help him to shatter the metaphoric wall which has been created by the whites and will destroy hatred and racism. So what he was trying to suggest us that whatever may be the society, so we should stand up against that racial discrimination among the society. Yes, we need to achieve our dreams. We need to fulfill our dreams.